Welcome to Millennial Psyche, a place where we help to put your mind in motion. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. We know, Mr. Lincoln, but how we wish it was just as easy to implement. If only you had the superpower that lets you do the things you need to do with just a flicker of a hand and all the world ceases to procrastinate. What exactly is procrastination anyway? Simply put, it is the act of delaying something you ought to or want to do. It's a bad habit and doing so doesn't feel good as well. But guilty as charged, if you're watching this video, you may have a problem with this. Well, you've come to the right place because we'll share with you 3 foolproof hacks to beat procrastination. 1. Create a personal vision. Let's get to the root cause of why it is you procrastinate. A professor of psychology says procrastination is an emotion regulation problem, not a time management one. It is a kind of avoidance behavior or coping mechanism that people do to feel good for a short time, but often causes more problems in the long run. Consequently, it is a highly irrational act. Think of it this way: why would you do something if you know it will have negative consequences? You may think you don't have enough willpower, but more often, you just overinflate the negative emotions tied to doing a particular task. And the reason this happens, most of the time, it is a lack of a personal mission. Creating one will help manage your efforts in the right activities that propel you toward the life you want for yourself. If ever you find yourself unmotivated, just think about your life's priorities and trajectory. Understand what motivates you, and making the most of each day will be second nature. 2. Be accountable to another. It is one thing to hold yourself accountable and another to actually be accountable to another person. They said that if you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, then go together. If you find yourself delaying a task, it's not a mortal sin to ask for help. Reach out to a trusted soul and tell him or her the difficulties you may be facing. You may think that being accountable to another will make you lose your freedom, but it's quite actually the opposite. Freedom and accountability are two sides of the same coin, and besides, the more the merrier. But note that this doesn't mean that you just keep saying yes to tasks that don't really align with your personal mission, as stated in number 1. In line with being accountable to another, ask yourself from time to time if it still fits in the grand scheme of things that you want to accomplish. 3. Break big tasks into small actionable steps. Planning to join a marathon? Train for even just 5 minutes each day. What are 5 minutes to a marathon, right? Chances are, once you start, you will train for more than 5 minutes. Consistent action repeated over a period of time is where it's at. If you think the goal is too unreachable and too lofty, just do the small step necessary, and you'll find yourself accomplishing it anyway. Someone once said, no one builds a house overnight. They lay 1 brick again, and the end result is a house. Be like a construction worker who methodically lay 1 brick after the other, day after day, without giving up until the house is built. So there you have it, 3 foolproof hacks to beat procrastination. Know and learn that you don't have to feel good all the time. Only that you've got to get on with it. And while you're here, perhaps you want to check out another video on ways to boost productivity. Until then, like, share, and subscribe. Millennial Psyche.